What's up, my wonderful sports to the bone family? What's up? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video, my viewers and subscribers. Alright, so as you can see, I am on the move. Just gonna talk to you guys a little bit. Alright, gonna talk about that England versus New Zealand second test match that just concluded. Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum getting their newfound partnership up and running with a victory. Well, they won the first test and they just won the second one, so that is the series. Yes, my viewers and subscribers, that is 2 out of 3. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Plus we're going to talk a little bit about the Premier League. We see some transfers going on, my viewers and subscribers. Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, everybody getting their transfers in. And Manchester United is still at the table, saying that they are trying to work things out. I know that we are trying to go for the former Ajax standout who, you know, is currently at Barcelona, Frankie de Jong. I think he's run about 25 regular in the Netherlands team. Going to talk about that. Alright, so yeah, I could talk a little bit about the cricket first. So we see where earlier today, Johnny Bairstow had a brilliant century, my viewers and subscribers, to give England a very, very convincing victory against New Zealand in the second test match of the series. Second out of 3. I think they're going to be playing 3 tests, right? And it just goes to show that sometimes when a team is down, it just takes a little bit of spark to ignite them. This is the same England that West Indies just beat, right? Some will say that Anderson and Broad are the X factor. You know, Ben Stokes is now the captain and Brendan McCullum coaching and all of that. So it's a lot of attacking cricket. So New Zealand, in their first innings, they made 553, right? England went in and got 500 and odd, and then New Zealand went in back and made 284. So England, as I said, they had 539 in their first innings, and then in the second innings, right, they were given 299 to win. Their target was 299. And they were able to get the target. 299 for 5 is what they finished off, my viewers and subscribers. And it was courtesy of some excellent batting from Johnny Bairstow. Yes, you heard me right. Brilliant batting. I remember yesterday when I was talking about it, I was saying New Zealand need to be careful. They need to try and see if they can get at least 150, 200 runs as fast as possible and give themselves enough time to either try and bowl England out or to try and see if they can restrict them. Because if Johnny Bairstow and Ben Stokes goes out there and play a blinder or play blinder innings, it's going to be really difficult, and that is exactly what happened, my viewers and subscribers. Johnny Bairstow went out there and the man basically took the bowling attack apart. Yeah, man took it apart. 136 he got off 92 deliveries. 136 off 92. And I mean, I didn't get a chance to see it, but I was actually following the score. Yeah, man, I was following the score, and each time I look at the score, I was like, no, man, Johnny Bairstow going to bring home this game. And the last time I checked it, 136 from 92 deliveries, and I was like, boy, England going to get this one. And then Captain Ben Stokes at the same time decided that he was going to go ultra aggressive. You understand? And he brought up his half century. You know, he had 70 odd. I think he was about 75 that he got. 75 from around about 70 deliveries or something like that Ben Stokes had. And, you know, that basically brought the victory up. You know, they got rid of Joe Root and a couple of the guys pretty early. But that middle order partnership there between, you know, those runs by Ben Stokes and Johnny Bairstow basically brought the game home. So they lost only 5 wickets, bringing up that victory, my viewers and subscribers. So, you know, shout out to Ben Stokes and shout out to Ben Stokes and you know, the coach Brendan McCullum. They have struck up a good partnership, and it is working out for them. It is working out. You know, New Zealand is no rollover. I mean, Kane Williamson isn't in the best of form these days, but you know, is no rollover. They are still a pretty good team. Their bowling lineup is good. Trent Bolt was brilliant. Tim Southey, as we know, you know, is always a problem. You know, but England did pretty well right across the board. You know, chasing 500 and adding the first innings, they fell short by just about 60 something, and then, you know, they were able to come and chase the second innings score. And the bowlers were pretty good also. You know, Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad, the old guard, proving that they are still a force to be reckoned with. You know, showing that here what they still can get the job done. You understand? So shout out to them for that. And you know, we are not the biggest of fans when it comes on to England cricket. You know, we like to see when if they are playing against New Zealand. I am almost sure that a lot of persons probably would be going for New Zealand to win, but based on the fact that England, they are basically changing over a little bit, you know, it's good for international cricket that, you know, they were able to win this series. So that is basically how the series went, my viewers. The second test match went. They have one more to go. So England is going to be looking for the clean sweep, while New Zealand going to be trying to consolidate. You know, they're going to try and see if they can win this one. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the cricket aspect. Alright, so a little bit of Premier League before we go, my viewers and subscribers. So it is now silly season in terms of the transfer market being open. Players getting bought for 100 million, 80 million and all sort of foolishness. You know, I don't know. I see Liverpool, they actually bought the striker from Benfica, the young striker. I think is I think his name is Darwin Núñez or something like that. The young striker that Liverpool just purchased for over 80 million. You know, it's he performed well for Benfica, but I think these days they are invested in they are not only going for players that are proven, but they are also going for players that are young and have potential. And let us see. That's all I'm going to say. 80 million. I don't want to say it's a panic buy because Manchester City went and were able to get Erling Haaland. So I'm not going to say it's a panic buy, because if you look at it, Sadio Mane is probably going to be going through the door. Divock Origi is already through the door, and they might be selling one or two more players. So, you know, the fee that they are getting from those guys, they can probably, you know, go ahead and think there. And it's a long-term deal, so let us see how it goes. As I said earlier, Manchester City, they have already secured the services of Erling Haaland, a guy that I think is definitely going to score a lot of goals in the Premier League. He's one of those strikers. If you watch football and you know football, you know there are certain players that play in what you would call a lesser league than the Premier League or Spanish league. But just looking at those players, you can just know that those guys are going to be scoring goals, notwithstanding the league that they play in. You know, it's like those centre forward like Zlatan and those guys, Zlatan, Harry Kane, you know, Suarez, those type of centre forward. It doesn't matter the league that they are in. Erling Haaland, he has pace, he has good control, you know, he has good finishing. So he's one of those strikers that I think is going to light the Premier League up. I'm sorry that he's on the other side of Manchester, but based on what my club is doing now, we can't really attract anybody. Arsenal, they have actually signed a youngster. I think he's from Brazil. I think his name is Marquinhos, around about 19, a young striker. I think he's 19 years of age, a young striker. I think he's a left-footed striker. And, you know, they have signed him for, I think it's not a lot, could be about 8 million or something like that. He was out of contract, and they have decided to invest in him. So quite a few teams getting their players in. Manchester United, which is my team, we are still buck shuffling with Frankie de Jong, a player that I think would not, if the stars didn't align, I think he would not have, you know, there wouldn't have been any possibility of him coming to Manchester United. But Barcelona needing money, you understand, and Eric Ten Hag, who would have worked with him before, is at Manchester United. So I think the stars are aligned for him to probably come to Manchester United, right? So he's somebody that we are working on. There's a right back at Barcelona. I think his name is Des. I think he's a US international, if I'm not mistaken. He's a right wing back, can also play left wing back. Right, he's somebody that I am also thinking will be good to play under the Ten Hag system. You know, we love Wan-Bissaka, but the fact that he's not, you know, the game has moved to a place where, you know, most of the systems that the coaches are playing or the managers are playing, the wing backs need to be able to contribute not only goals, but they need to be assisting a whole lot. You know, so he's a player that I think Barcelona is definitely willing to sell. So, you know, we're going to keep our eyes open, my viewers and subscribers. But as I say, it is silly season now as it relates to the transfer market. So we're going to keeping our eyes close to what the teams are doing. Come on, Manchester United, you can't let these teams buy off all of the players and we not sign anybody as yet. Quite a few teams have already signed their, you know, what you would call their most important or their biggest target. Right? Manchester City, Erling Haaland, as I said, Liverpool, they decide that they're going to get that young striker there and they have him. So what is happening with us? We need to get our 1 or 2 strikers soon. See Paul Pogba, I think Juventus might be closing in on a deal right now. So we know Mata is leaving, Matic. Quite a few space freeing up, so we have space to sign about maybe 2 midfielder, probably 2 wing back and I don't know if we can get a centre forward, but make us see how it go. Make us see how it go, my viewers and subscribers. Go and big up on yourself until later on. Zin, I'm out.